Today we are going to learn about the next topic in the chapter 4, that is permeability of soils and seepage analysis. So coming to the next topic, it deals with the determination of in situ permeability with pumping in test. Generally, pumping in test have basically two types. One is open end test and the other one is packer test. This is a setup for the open end test. It looks like this. So a pipe casing is inserted into the borehole to the desired depth and is cleaned out as shown in this figure. Okay. The hole is kept filled with water during cleaning and exits below the water table. So this is necessary to avoid squeezing of the soil into the bottom of the pipe casing when the driving tool is withdrawn. This step is very important, carefully carried out. After the hole has been cleaned out, water is added to the hole. The constant rate of flow, that is G, is also determined at which the steady conditions are established. The coefficient of permeability is determined by the following equation, that is K is equal to Q by 5.5 RH. What is R? R is nothing but inside radius of the casing. So this is inside radius of the casing, and capital H is the difference of levels between the inlet of the casing and the water table. This is the inlet of the to the water table. This is a water table, water table. Here the water table is here. So Q is nothing but the discharge. Coming to the next test, that is packer test. The packer tests are performed in an uncased portion of the pipe casing. Here they are commonly used for the testing of the rocks. These testers are very occasionally used for testing of soils if the borehole can stay open without any casing. There are two types, single packer testers and double packer testers. This is the single packer test. This is a single packer test. From the water table to the ground surface, it is taken as H. So here also radius of the casing is R. If the hole cannot stand without casing, then single packer test is used. When single packer test is used, when the hole cannot stand without the casing. So the packer is placed as shown in the figure. Water is pumped into the hole if the casing is used for the full depth. It should have perforations in the portion of the stratum which are being tested. So the lower end of the casing is plugged. The lower end of the casing is plugged. So the lower end of the casing should be plugged carefully. So when the steady conditions are attained, the constant rate of flow, that is G, is determined. Again, coefficient of permeability is calculated by the equation. That is nothing but K is equal to Q by 2 pi LH into log L by R when capital L is greater than or equal to 10 R. When K is equal to Q by 2 pi LH sin H inverse L by R when 10 R is greater than L and also greater than or equal to R. What is R? R is nothing but the inside radius of the hole. This is the inside radius of the hole. L is the total length of the hole tested. This is the total length of the hole which is tested. And H is the difference of water levels at the entry and the ground level table for the hole tested below the water table. Coming to the double packer test, it looks like this. Here we are using double packers. This is the length L. This is the radius, water table, ground surface, H from the top to the water table. So if the hole can stand without a casing, then double packer test can be used. So the hole is drilled to the final depth. It is filled with water and surged out. Two packers are filled to a small diameter pipe as shown in the figure. These are the two packers, 1 and 2. The bottom of the pipe is muted with packers and is also plugged. Figure A shows the condition when the test section is below the groundwater table. This is below the groundwater table. Figure B, when above the groundwater table. Here the packer is above the groundwater table, here it is below the groundwater table. So the value of the coefficient of permeability is determined using the same equation as in the single packer test, but which is depending upon the values of L and R. So the double packer test is conducted first in the lower portion near the bottom of the hole end, and this is repeated for the upper layers. The test test will give the best results when conducted below the water table than when above the water table. For reliable results, the thickness of the stratum should be at least 5 times the length of the hole tested. Thank you.